Hey guys, welcome to the channel. We're at 3635 something in Eagle Mountain. I don't know what exactly where we're at, but I remember this place used to be nothing but dirt fields where I used to shoot rabbits and cruise around with my friends, and now it's like a thriving metropolis with movie theaters and everything else. One thing I can tell you is that you don't wait to buy real estate, you buy real estate and you wait. There's so many people that looked at this place and said, this is just gonna be dirt fields forever, and now it's full. This is like probably the fastest growing city, right?
It's very fast growing.
Very fast growing city, and we just got a deal at 3.25% interest. This is Ryan Kocherhans. And these three boys grew up together in Bountiful, Utah. They all know each other. And we're gonna talk about how this deal got done, where it was found, what were the objections, and ultimately, what am I gonna do with this deal? Because these guys all made money assigning it to me.
All right, these are my buddies, Weston Sill and Cortlan Brown. We grew up in Bountiful together, so we went to high school together.
B-Town, baby.
So you guys have been doing real estate deals together forever, or did you guys just bump into each other recently?
We actually just reconnected. So kept in touch a little bit through the years, but they reached out to me hearing I was part of SubTo, and I realized they were making calls like crazy and locking deals up.
Amazing. So what's the deal that's behind us?
So this is a condo unit, second floor. It's got a great interest rate at 3.25%, super low entry fee. I'm not sure if they'd had offers on it before, but these guys kind of contacted me and said, hey, we've got this deal. Do you know any buyers? And I said, yes, I do.
He says, I know the buyer.
I know the buyer. But the beauty is it's locked in at a low interest rate for quite some time. It actually has a renter in it. Not cash flowing huge, but it is positively cash flowing a couple $100 a month.
Okay, so where you boys, where did you guys find this deal? What list? All that.
So we started basically watching your content. We watched a lot of Kevin's content as well. And watching his stuff, it was just like, hey, get PropStream, look at no equity. And we had called a few foreclosures and weren't really sure where exactly on those lists to go. So we went with the no equity list, just started calling agents directly off of PropStream. So we used PropStream, used a no equity list that we created our own filters here in Utah. I mean, we're searching all along the Wasatch Front here in Utah and just started making calls. Honestly, didn't really know what we're doing. We're like a month and a half into this right now and locked up a deal last month and hoping, you know, like I said, we're trying to assign this one for some now money on an assignment.
Love it. So you guys pulled the list on PropStream. What was the filter of this specific list?
The filters were less than 3 years ownership, FHA, VA, and conventional loans, on market, interest rates under 5%. So I wasn't looking at anything over 5%. And I'm trying to think if there's any other filters. And then I look at everything, multifamily and single family. So
Weston, what was the main pain that the seller had on this deal?
I thought it would actually be harder to talk to agents about these deals, and this agent was really open to it. We had to overcome some objections. He was a little worried about, you know, the due on sale clause and some other situations like that, but we were able to guide him through it and give him some confidence, and the seller was open to it, so we put it under contract.
Did you already have it under contract by the time you reached out to Coco?
Yes.
Coco, you're making money on this deal, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And they're joining SubTo.
I love it. What are you guys making on this total between the three of you guys?
15,000.
15 grand. Perfect. How much are you making?
Depends how much SubTo costs, I guess now. But we're funding their SubTo entrance fee and we're splitting the rest.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, cool. That's cool. And you guys are partners on an LLC together?
We are.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that's dope. Okay, great. You guys have recently done some deals in Pocatello.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, I love Pocatello.
It's close and a cash flow. We're right by the college.
Okay, so you guys are wanting to hold as well, not
Yeah,
just
this is a
wholesale.
hold for us. So this is a buy and hold for us, and then we just picked up one in Bountiful that's a buy and hold for us
Okay,
as well.
so why would you, everybody always wants to know this, right? Like you're getting started in the business. When do I decide what to keep and what to wholesale? What was your thought process on wholesaling this one versus keeping the one in Pocatello?
Well, we are still in the process of figuring out private money and how to fundraise, and so we used.
Join SubTo, you'll never worry about that ever.
Yeah, right. That's been our worry, right? So our Bountiful one was some savings that Weston had, and our one in Pocatello we used a HELOC of mine. And so we're kind of just at this point, we need a little now money so that we can keep continuing to do this. It's trying to be more of our focus in our lives, and we just needed some money. That's why we went with wholesaling this one.
Right. Ryan, if you needed to raise $100,000, could you do that in like 15 minutes in SubTo?
Yeah, in SubTo.
I mean, like if you come into one of our Zooms, I'll go, hey guys, if I have a good deal, how much money will you put into it? And it's like the side chat just blows up. You'll probably be able to raise, like I could raise $5-6 million in one Zoom. It's crazy. You guys got a deal in Pocatello. You then did another deal. You run out of cash, or at least you're like, oh my gosh, this cash is going really, really fast.
Yeah.
So that's why you chose to wholesale this one
Correct.
rather than keep it.
Yep.
Amazing. Great. It's a great answer, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it was literally that. It's like, and we figure we're going to be more motivated all along the way if we can infuse ourselves with a little cash here and there. Yeah. Like that, boom, it's now I'm motivated to go again versus like, oh, it's 2 months. I haven't made much other than our cash flow, you know? And so it's like, and we want to keep the cash flow, just keep it in it. So
What else do you guys have in the pipeline?
We have a contract out on a deal up in Layton, Utah as well. It's another, it's a townhome. So this is a condo, it's a townhome, also subject to. We're talking to a couple agents in Bountiful on a, mother-in-law apartment, single family home. So for us, we're just trying to, we're working with Coco actually a lot. We're trying to figure out some of the processes of how to get our system set up where we have certain guys maybe making calls, other guys, you know, with the back end stuff, just so we can streamline it. Cause yeah, like I think you've said in videos and we've experienced, it's like we make a bunch of calls for a week, get a couple deals rolling. 2 weeks later, you're like, crap, I gotta make calls again. So, you know, it's that whole cycle.
Yeah, what's great, you guys coming to the meetup tonight?
We are.
Come to the meetup, you'll meet people that will just come on your team and just make the calls for you all the time. So you guys can be out in the field, signing contracts, doing other things, and other people do those calls for you every day. You guys are primarily focusing on agent outreach.
Currently, we'd like to do some foreclosures. We're like working on how to do those best.
Okay, have you guys started pulling lists in Utah on foreclosures?
I have, just from like foreclosure.com.
Love it. Foreclosuresdaily.com is my favorite one. Also, alltheleads.com is also a really good one. Have you figured out how many foreclosures are active here in the Wasatch Front?
I know in Davis County, there's like 104.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
That's pretty good. Davis County is what?
Davis
south?
County is Bountiful, essentially Bountiful, so just north of Salt Lake to Ogden.
Okay, but you guys are probably willing to work like Provo,
yeah, we look Provo all the way up.
Provo all the way up to through
Ogden, yeah.
Okay,
now
through Ogden.
Pocatello.
Somebody's that's not a month in, what is a piece of advice you would give them that hasn't gotten a month or a month and a half in?
Do it. I think just go.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I mean, you go to meetups, I've been to other real estate meetups, and there's a lot of people out there just wanting to do something, but like me and Cortlan just had a conversation, we're like, let's change our lives, like let's do it. And that's what we started doing. We started picking up the phone. It was uncomfortable, like I'm an agent. It was uncomfortable talking to agents about subject to, and then I figured it out in like a week, and we're rolling, so we like it.
I think, and I'm maybe guilty of this, I actually am someone who like is okay with looking like crap and not having things spelled right and just moving. But I think a lot of people, they're so afraid to start something. They want to be perfect. I gotta have my we didn't have an LLC when we started making calls. We didn't have anything yet. We just started making calls. And I think that people worry so much about being like, it's gotta be perfect before I can call. I gotta have a script. I gotta know exactly what to say. And I think almost everyone in the world is understanding if you're like, you know, I don't know, but let me ask. You know, I don't know, let me ask, and we can go from there.
Coco.
Yeah.
Any advice you would give to somebody that's just starting out?
I would second what they said, just take action. I personally spend a lot of time overthinking, overanalyzing, and not taking action, and then just getting out and networking. Like you always emphasize, working together, you can scale a lot quicker and do a lot more deals than trying to tackle every step of the process yourself. Why haven't you subscribed to Pace's channel? Are you a knucklehead?
All right, let's go get some lunch. Good doing business with you guys. Appreciate you. We'll do a whole bunch.